Hello everybody, it's me, it's Farham, and we're here with some Halls of Torment. And today, we're going back into the vault, but we're going back into the vault with something different in mind. So, been doing the speedruns, been getting quite a few comments about how many shards we can get, just general shard farming techniques with this. So I thought I'd come up with a low-level build that doesn't require any shards, that can speedrun the vault and farm somewhere in the region of about 50 shards an hour. So this is a starting build for going into the vault for the first time and basically farming shards as fast as you can. You'll get faster shard rate doing this than you will from any maps. Like even Torment 30 only gives you 11 shards, right? It takes 20 minutes, 30 minutes to actually do it when you consider all the level up time. This takes about 6 and you can easily do 10 an hour. So let's take a look at the build. So first off, we've got our shards. They're not assigned. We're going in completely shardless. If you do have any shards you can spend and you want to use this build, just dump them all in damage, you'll be fine. It'll just make it faster and make the boss fight a lot faster the more damage you can get. Speaking of, let's have a look at our items. So I've tried to use not too much rare gear. I mean, there's a few things here. But we're going for the Mark of the Sword. This gives us base defense. We want that base defense. We've gone for 2 attack speed rings, movement speed rings. That's to get us around the map faster. We've gone for a base block strength helmet. That's because we need to block to activate these gloves. We're going for the fencing gauntlets that always... that on a block always crit. That's going to be our damage back. Got the Defiant Plate for our main defense. I'd say this is pretty important. And we've got the plated boots for base defense and block strength. Now, as you start to get more and more damage, you could swap out these gloves for the Thorn Fists, the Retribution ones, and you could swap out the helmet and the plated boots for the move speed helmet and the move speed boots, right? And then you can run around faster. But ultimately, you're going to be lacking damage. It's going to be a 3-minute boss fight and a 1.5-minute run around the map, basically. For our neck, we've got the Duelist Spark. I suggest just taking this. You'll keep getting percentage increases on it while you're doing this farming, and it will, again, just get faster and faster. You should be using this quite a lot. It's actually really good because it does not reset. Anyway, that is effectively the build, right? It's not too complex. We're going to run fast, we're going to keep our defenses high, and we're going to be able to stand toe to toe with the boss for as long as we need to. We're going to demonstrate this up to 5 shards, just to show you that it's capable of actually getting quite decent shard rates. And yeah, let's get into this little run then. Alright, well that's the build and the setup, so let's get into a run. We'll try... That's 2 shards, 3 shards, 4 shards, 5 shards. We'll try 5 shards, right? So we should be able to do 5 shards in 5 minutes. So a shard a minute. That seems like a pretty good rate for a starter build. We're going to grab Flame Strike first. We're going to pretty much treat this kind of like we're doing a speedrun. We're going to do the similar routes. We're going to have similar actions. It's just going to take longer because we don't have any shards. So we're going to get to this first tower, start auto-attacking. It's going to take a little while to knock down. We probably won't be off here until 27 seconds, just a little bit slower. Actually, we're quite fast. When you get your first level up, you want to be looking for base defense and block strength. You just basically want to get yourself really tanky. We've got lots of tanky choices. Just keep taking defensive choices every level up. We need to make sure that we're tanky enough to stand on the boss for about 3 minutes. It takes a little while. Okay, we didn't get something we really wanted there, but that's okay. What perfect thing to get there is Radiant Aura. We can take a little bit of damage. We'll be okay. We're moving very, very slowly because keep blocking, which means we keep making attacks. Which is why this build isn't particularly good for speedrunning. Because we're using the block gloves instead of the crit on damage gloves. So we've got no... We need to survive. There might be a faster way you could do this with the damage gloves, with the damage taken gloves. I don't think so. I think this might be the fastest route. So we'll grab Radiant Aura there. Grab that block strength. Coming up to level 5 already. Already a minute in as well. Now you can basically at level 5 just tincture a couple of defensive things, you'll be okay. Probably didn't need to make that attack there, but very slow again. Can't stop hitting the little guys. Come on. There we go. But we need these gloves to survive at the end. If you don't have any defenses at all and you don't have ramped up damage, taking the damage can be really, really bad. You can see we're already getting hit around quite a lot, especially if you're running with 5. I think this is the safer option. So the aim is to get a shard every minute. At least according to our timer in here. With a build that takes no investment. Or little investment. Take that region in defense. Now we should be good. We can run to the boss now, and it should be a 2 to 3 minute boss fight. We should get there about the 2 minute mark. A little bit slow getting there. Spent a lot of time blocking. Which does make us very slow. But there we go. We're at the boss. 2 minutes on the clock. He's woken up. And now we just stand underneath him. And keep blocking. That's it. You can see our health isn't going down. So we've taken a really defensive set of items. Really, really defensive. That could be tweaked. You can take slightly less defensive items for more move speed. Where if the boss does get lots of health or you get lots of increased damage when getting all of those 5, you can die here. I've lost a couple of runs going full movement speed because I had too much monster damage and too much boss health, and this bit just took too long. So I would suggest if you're getting started off and you just want to get some early shards, just copy this build exactly. Tweak it how you want. When you've got more damage, take more movement speed items, that sort of thing. This is done, of course, with 0 shards. I would presume that people are starting this, you've got 100 shards, and I just dump the whole lot into damage. Just dump all your shards into damage for these runs. But you can see the boss is down to half health. We're hardly touched. We'll just, at this point, keep taking some damage. Yeah, just keep taking damage. It'll just speed up this boss fight now. We're perfectly fine health-wise. Speed and crit chance, fine. Base block, strength and weapon damage. It's fine. And as you can see, we're absolutely fine. Coming up to 3 minutes on the clock. Boss is on half health. Just hit his phase 2. We should have him downed by 4 minutes, I would imagine. And on the items, we've not gone for anything too scary. There's basically 3 things you need to unlock. The ring, the defiant plate, and the fencing gauntlets. And then you can do this. And at this point, it doesn't really matter what we take on level up. So it's just, if we see something that gives us more damage that will increase this fight time by a couple of seconds, we'll just take that. Multi-strike will do. Hopefully we get him down before the 4 minute mark. Base crit bonus. Give us a nice chunk of damage, yeah. As you can see, our health has hardly been touched. He's now down to about 25%. Make some more damage. Getting huge 5k hits now. More area, fine. I don't think we're quite going to do him in 4 minutes. It'll be about 4.5, but... More crit bonus, more damage. Almost hitting for 6k now. Up from 4k. We're not gonna. No, we might not even do him in 4.5 minutes. We will. We will. He's going to be gone in a second. And there we go. He's just about done. One more tick down of hit points. There you go. So 4 minutes 20. Look at that. What a finishing time. Now, if only I can do the world record in 69 seconds. We'll have all the memes. Anyway, there are our shards. Plenty of them. 4 minutes 20, and we would have come out of this with 5 new shards. And that is what I would recommend, is probably, and you can see, no shards on the Shield Maiden. There was no hackery between the recordings and between the flips, so I didn't use them. So, yeah, that's, I think, a reasonable build for starting doing some vault speed runs, some vault shard farming. You should be able to hit. You're not going to do 12, right, because there's runtime. You should be able to hit, if you're really focused, maybe 10. So you could get 50 shards an hour with this method. Right from the bat, as soon as you've got those items without having to invest shards. And the more shards you invest, the faster it's going to get. Put them all in damage. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this little showcase of some low-level shard farming strategies, the sort of limits of it, and what you need to focus on your first 10 levels compared to your last bit when you're with the boss. If you have enjoyed it, guys, don't forget to hit that like button. Really helps, and I'll hope to see you in the next video. Have a good one.